Го гледате неделното интервју на Радио Слободна Европа. Наш денешен гостин е еврокомесарот за проширување Јоханес Хан. Господине Хан, каков е ставот на Европската комисија за последните политички случувања во земјава поврзани со полициската акција Пуч?
Well, we urge all parties to resolve this problem. Those having materials, they should disclose it. And everybody is well advised to leave it to the rule of law procedures and to deal with it in an adequate manner as one could expect it for a country with European perspective.
Како го коментирате случајот со презентирањето на доказите за прислушувањето кој ги објави опозицијската ССМ?
Well, this is something very serious, and once again my recommendation is that things are clarified and investigated by those people who are in legal terms in charge for such a procedure, for such a trial, but if necessary there should also be, as this is in many countries, political assessment, to have a committee in the parliament dealing with this issue, but this depends that all parties are in the parliament, and this is another good reason why it makes a lot of sense that political parties are in the parliament and that the political debate takes place in the parliament.
Гледате ли шанса за враќање на политичкиот диалог во земјава?
I think this is a must. It's part of the maturity of a democracy to have a dialogue, to have open channels for discussions. Of course, nobody demands from anybody to agree on everything, but in a, once again, well-developed democracy, there must be a culture of finding compromises, and this is certainly something where one could say in the country itself there is still a lack on this capability to find political and to agree about political compromises. I think there is an understanding that by the end of the day there must be a political solution, because it's also about the reputation of the country. I have decided to visit the country already weeks ago in order to have first contacts with the key players in the country in order to explore where we are in the process of moving towards the European Union, kind of stock-taking. Then this actual crisis popped up again. Some people advised me not to come, but I decided to go there exactly in this particular situation in order to make my contribution, the contribution of the European Union, to demonstrate and to support, to demonstrate that we are there and to support a political solution, because also this is part of a democratic development. Of course, to have different opinions. There are very serious accusations which have to be managed and dealt according to rule of law standards, but it's also necessary to have a political discussion, a political debate.
Спомнавте помош од Европскиот парламент за решавање на политичката криза. Каков одговор добивте?
All the interlocutors confirmed that it would be helpful if there is a kind of outside support in order to face to come to an agreement which is acceptable for all political parties. It's another exercise of democratic maturity.
Дали сметате дека покрај ваквите политички случувања и неприфаќањето на условите од владеачката партија на опозицијата возможно е да се постигне договор?
Well, this happens occasionally, but we have the obligation and the duty to start again and again till we find a solution. This is also part of democracy. It's not always an easy and exercise. Sometimes it takes time, sometimes it's cumbersome, bumpy, but finally it's the best concept for living together, to include people, to have joint ownership on the perspective of your country, and therefore we are here, I'm here to make another attempt and hopefully a successful one.
Групата на социјалисти и демократи при Европскиот парламент соопштија дека се загрижени поради политичкото влијание врз судските процеси и селективната правда, а побара и независна и транспарентна истрага за обвинувањата. Дали ја делите нивната загриженост за случајот Пуч?
I'm fully aware about these concerns because we also have expressed these concerns in our progress report, and it was not challenged by the government. So it's something which has to be addressed by all the politicians being in charge to improve the situation and to reach a standard which is comparable to that of other European countries.
Се зголемува ли опасноста Македонија да ја загуби препораката за почеток на преговори со Европската Унија?
Look, this is something we have to discuss and to decide in autumn, and for the time being I don't want to make any comments on that. I hope in autumn, when we are sitting together assessing the situation, the current problem is already resolved for months.
Дали за Македонија е остварлив моделот на паралелни преговори за спорот со името и почеток на преговори со Европската Унија?
I think there should be and there must be something. As I have already said, we should not lose time, as it is about the process and not simply about negotiations to take over the acquis communautaire. So when it comes to launch, to implement a certain process, it takes some time, and therefore we should explore these opportunities beside some bilateral conflicts, and I hope that we can use the time in a prudent and smart manner, and then we can see what solutions the future might offer to us.
Останува ли името клучен предуслов за евроинтегративниот процес на Македонија или пак напредокот е условен и од другите критични области?
The name issue is something which has in particular bilateral implication, but I think the much more important and relevant thing is the development of the country, of the society, of the economy. It's about the fight against corruption. It's about transparency, independence of judiciary, everything which is related to rule of law, to the performance of the economy. I think all together has to be seen as one package, and this is, I think, the most important, because also the much more challenging thing to achieve it, and it takes some time. We have to be ambitious, but on the other hand, patient enough to reach these goals.
Ви благодарам за издвоеното време.
It's a pleasure.
Тоа беше се во неделното интервју на Радио Слободна Европа. До гледање.